Welcome everyone to today's Build Along Creation Series. We are going to be building a renewal campaign today. I'm going to share my screen here in a moment. There we go. So, if you don't mind just popping in chat, say hi to people, but also I'm really curious what you guys are hoping to get out of today's workshop. So just a couple of words, what you're hoping to get out of our 90 minutes-ish together.
Hey, Melissa,
Yeah.
there's new clients on here. Should we
Oh,
introduce ourselves at least for people
love
who
that.
don't know all of us yet?
Do you mind going first?
I will go first. I'm Megan, and I have some new clients on here. And I am so happy that you joined, because I'm going to put you to work. But I'm one of the CSMs here at Prop Fuel. And if you haven't met me, it's so nice to meet you. We love working with our clients, and I'm excited.
Cool. I'll go next. My name is Melissa Bittner. I'm also a client success manager here at Prop Fuel. Really excited for all of you guys joining here today. I'll pass it over to Ashley.
Yep. Hey, I'm Ashley. I am the third client success manager. I don't know that I have any brand new clients, so hopefully you all know who I am. But super excited that everyone's here for the renewal campaign.
And we also have Robson on helping us.
Yeah, Robson, say hi.
Hi, I'm Robson. I'm Prop Fuel's marketing coordinator. I'm just here to help and support.
He's our Zoom guru.
Mhm.
Thanks.
We really appreciate you, Robson.
Thank you, Robson.
And there's some cool stuff in the chat. Thanks, guys, of how to segment markets and tailor communications. Interesting. Practice, lots of practice, new ways to say renew your membership. I agree with that. Especially when you're like beating them over the head, like, can you just do this thing? Trying to get new ideas, new to Prop Fuel. I love this. Thanks, guys. Oh, and your first workshop. Hello, welcome. This is great. Oh, yeah. Let's get some stuff done. Absolutely love that. Oh, and streamlining renewal process. That's great. Oh, hi, Deborah. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so keep those responses rolling if you haven't put something in chat already. Basically, what we're going to do today, we've gotten ourselves started a little bit. We're going to talk about the renewal campaigns very briefly, like 5 minutes. These are pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go over the basics of what you can expect. You're going to choose your breakout room. We're just about hovering at that mark where we might need a third breakout room. So we're going to play this by ear to see how many breakout rooms we're going to do. But the majority of your time is going to be in your breakout room, actually building the campaign. You'll be with a client success manager. We'll share our screen. We'll walk through and build these campaigns together. So you'll just go step by step by step. And then the goal is by the end of our time together, you've either got it ready to rock or you know exactly what you need to do to get it out the door and you're feeling confident about being able to implement and launch. And if it's just for practice, that's cool too. At the end of that 90 minutes, hopefully you feel a lot more confident than when you started. So as I said, we're gonna each join breakout rooms. You're here to like actually build a renewal campaign. It's okay if it doesn't actually launch, but this is a button clicking sort of session versus a theory and ideas sort of session. I hope you walk away with some new ideas and tips and tricks from fellow participants in your breakout rooms, but we're actually building here. It'd be really nice to have your cameras on so we can see those social cues of who needs help. But if for any reason you don't feel comfortable being on camera or you don't want to, that's okay. We just ask that you're responsive in the chat when we're asking if everyone's good, or using the reactions to raise your hand if you need anything. We are here to help. We're going to keep things casual and just kind of build along like we always do and have a lot of fun along the way. I'd love if you take a hot second to put in chat if you've used a Prop Fuel campaign blueprint yet, because I'd be curious to see who has not yet done one. Just put a yes or a no. Thanks, Stacy and Janet and Deborah and Alexis. I'm so glad. Robson's used one. That's good. And you've only ever used blueprints. Yes. There we go. We've got some no's and some not sure's. That's awesome. Someone else creates them. That's fair. I think this is really, really good practice if you've never done a blueprint before to be able to just get that practice of it. Yep, it's super helpful. Thanks. I echo that sentiment. So a little bit about the renewal campaign blueprint. There's 3 or 4 check-ins depending on whether you're doing individual renewals or company and organization renewals. So what I would think about right now, as I'm talking for like 2 minutes, is if you'd like to focus on winning back or having individuals renew their membership or organizations or companies renew their membership. If you do both, if your association is hybrid, I would think, which one do you want to do today? And then knowing you can do the other one another day. It's just nice to be able to pick one, and that way the messaging is a little bit more tailored in the blueprint. The goal here is to find out their renewal intent. Are they planning to renew? If no, why not? And automate things wherever possible. So it's possible to get that automated through your connectors, have it be a sequence or a scheduled campaign that just does what it needs to without you having to go in and upload a list or remove people. That's always the goal. For individuals, these blueprints are going to start 60 days in advance and go through that grace period. For organizations, it's a little bit more flexible. It's meant to start in a similar timing ahead of time, but you may have other communications going out that you want to adjust the timing. So there's a little bit of nuance. Yeah, does someone have a question? No. Okay, I got excited there for a sec. So for the individual renewal campaign, I'm just going to breeze through this really quickly. These are the 4 check-ins of what they'll sort of look like. They'll be in your branding. So the first check-in is going to ask that intent question. So this is meant to be a couple of months out. Are you planning to renew your membership? The second check-in is asking if now is a better time to renew. Third is going to ask that really important question of what's holding them back. And then there's a 4th check-in that is meant to be that grace period of, are you interested in rejoining? You could change that to renewing. You could remove that completely, but this is the bones of the campaign we'll be running. And then for organizations, it's very, very similar. We're going to capture that intent. We're going to ask if now is a better time, and then we're going to ask what's holding them back. All of these things can be adjusted. Yeah, and so to Louise's question, can you use different timelines for individual and org renewals? Absolutely. There's 2 separate blueprints. You'll notice the biggest difference between these 2 is there's an I'm no longer the primary contact option, or like we've merged or been acquired by another company. So that's really the difference. I would just pick one, whichever is going to be the larger chunk or whichever one you'd like to focus on first. And then you could always copy and tweak it or pull the other blueprint and cannibalize pieces of the other one into this one. You can definitely do both. So before I move on and people move into their breakout rooms, does anyone have any questions?
Well, I'd say that we do a lot more than just, 3 emails before it lapses. So is there any way to string these together, or, how do you do that?
Yeah. And Megan and Ashley, feel free to chime in too. I feel like I've been talking a lot, so happy
Yeah.
to.
I'm happy to kind of start us off on that answer, and I think we would each say the same thing. But so if you have additional check-ins you want to add in PropFuel, you can certainly do that. These blueprints are completely editable in the same way a regular campaign would. But if you also have stuff outside of PropFuel that's going out, say from your database, or you have snail mail going out, consider using PropFuel ahead of some of that stuff so that you can kind of weave PropFuel in and capture intent from people who say, no, there's no way I'm going to renew my membership. We'll definitely ask them why they don't want to renew and hopefully win them back. But there's no reason then that you should be sending snail mail, which costs you money, to people who have told you no anyway. So kind of it's important to consider everything else you're sending out and the timeline with that, and then weaving PropFuel in at the right time so that it gives you the biggest bang for your efforts. Anything to add there, Melissa or Meg? or any of our other clients who have done something like that.
I don't have anything to add. That's exactly what I would say. But Kim Pollock did put a question in to the chat. They are on a subscription model. So it sounds like auto renewals. And they're trying to get the small number of members who aren't on that subscription model or those who the credit card charges don't fall off, you know, reach out to them and wondering if anybody else does something like that. Before I say anything, does any client on here have anything?
Oh,
to
yeah.
say about that?
We do that. We have about 8,000 people on auto renewals. So I'd love to see a blueprint set up for auto renewals.
Excellent.
That
Yeah, we don't have one just yet, but we can absolutely customize our campaign here to encourage them to sign up for auto renewals. You could also, Kim, win back
Cool.
those who have credit cards that are now like declining or need to be updated. We just update your language, like, hey, your membership lapsed because you were auto renewed in process. Would you like to resubscribe? Would you like to renew? So yeah, you can use these blueprints and just tweak the language and still get the same actions taken.
totally agree with that. This is meant to be a starting place. Get you like 80, 90%, even if it's 70% of the way there. It's getting you done with that campaign a lot sooner. So you can edit and tweak for your circumstance. That could certainly be where you add an extra check-in, perhaps if you're trying to get more people to sign in or do the auto renew of, are you interested in renewing and signing up for auto renew? And maybe that fits in before they expire as an extra check-in where you just copy one of those check-ins, edit and tweak. That's the goal. It's just lighten your load, make it a little bit easier to build these campaigns.
Secondly, have you ever done like set up one to look like an invoice? You know how some people prefer to pay off an invoice. Have you thought about setting that up so that's there?
I personally have. I'm curious if anyone else has. Anyone want to unmute or raise their hand? Have you done anything like that where it looks like an invoice? I would say that it would be hard to do that in a blueprint because everyone's looks a little bit differently. So that would be where I would add a separate check-in that looks more like an invoice. So, and maybe it's a little bit less conversational and just more clear and to the point. There's also nothing wrong with a hybrid approach. If you have, an invoice that's going to send at the 30-day mark or 45-day mark that's automated through your AMS, like it's okay if that goes out that way and everything else is in PropFuel.
Are you willing to share the one that you did?
Sure.
Excellent. I'd like to see it because I would rather not do it from the AMS, from Informs, and from PropFuel. I would just like to say, here it is, getting it all set up and ready to go in September, and then start it in October and just set them all up all the way through January, February.
Yeah, Janet, we'll connect offline. I'll send you a screenshot of what it looks like and how it works.
Thank you.
Yeah. And same Sammy.
I was just gonna say, well, make sure you saw that Sammy wanted to see
I'll
that.
send it out. Yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea. I hadn't done it before, and someone had said, like, I really want it to look like this. And I was like, okay, let's do this. We built it together. All right. Any other questions before we get started? Well, I would say I've got a couple breakout rooms I'm about to open. I'm going to lead the one for individual renewals, and then Megan, if you want to lead the one for company and organization renewals, that would be great. When I open these breakout rooms, just pull yourself into the one that you would like to be in. Robson will be here to help if someone is not sure, has any questions. And Ashley, like, you're welcome to join us if you want, but I also know, like, super busy juggling a lot of things at the moment.
I'll be weaving in and out of rooms to help. So
Love that. Cool. All right, so let me open these breakout rooms. You can join your breakout room. I'll be leading the one on individual renewals. Megan will be leading the one for company and organization renewals. We'll wait a couple minutes for everyone to get settled in their room, and then we're going to get started building along.
All right. All right, so you should be seeing my screen. On the left side of my screen, I have our task list. This is basically the steps we're going to go through. And then I have my browser on the right, so you can follow my steps. Usually what I'm going to do is ask for like a thumbs up or a thumbs down or interrupt me if you have questions. I just want to make sure we all pace together the same. So feel free to interrupt if you need me to slow down or have questions. Happy to pause and help. So if you all have your Prop Fuel page logged in, we are going to navigate to campaigns, and then we're going to click the blue Create New Campaign button. All right, and then when you are there, we're going to select the Renewal dropdown under our blueprints. And then you'll need to scroll down a little bit because our renewal campaigns for the org and company memberships are hidden a little bit. We have 2 to pick from, and they're about 2 up from the bottom of this list. You see one that is scheduled and one that is sequence. So if you are on annual dues, you only run your dues renewals 1 time a year, let's do the scheduled campaign. If you are going to do something that's ongoing, every month we're pulling in new people, we'll do the sequence campaign. These are both the exact same questions and the exact same content. It's just how it runs that's different. So go ahead and click one of those and we'll fill out some fields.
I don't see that on mine. There's a lot of stuff. And I don't want to mess it up.
Okay, Deborah, so you click blue create new workflow or create new campaign button.
Okay. All right.
And then under blueprints, click the renewal dropdown.
Okay.
And then scroll down close to the bottom. It's like 2 up from the bottom.
Renewal campaign membership scheduled.
Yep, I think you do. You'll
I
want to
have
do
sequence and scheduled.
Yeah, you guys are annual dues, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would just do the scheduled one then.
scheduled. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And then give it a new name.
Yep. All right. So when that pops up, just fill out your fields here. We're going to give it a name. And sender's name is whoever's going to send the emails, the check-in emails. Recommend being a person, could always be the organization, recommend a person. You can put your acronym, your association acronym in there if you want. And then the reply to email address. This may be membership at, it could be info at, could be your email address. All right, your renewal URL. I'm going to grab a random URL here.
Is it only numbers in the phone number, or could we put like option?
I
Next
think
to the
you
number.
can. I think it's just a text field. So yeah,
Okay.
you can put like extension.
Can you do a customized sig block in these emails?
Yep, you sure can. So it's going to, it should, I can't remember what the templates look like, but we can look at the templates, and some of our blueprints put in the custom signature line based off of what we're putting in here. Others, we just need to add it. All right, once you have all of these filled out, go ahead and click the run button. So it'll take just a minute to run. I like to say we're firing up our little gremlins in the background, getting them out of bed to build our campaign for us. If you haven't run a blueprint before, usually we have some text being generated before the rest of the steps start. That usually takes the longest, and then you see it fly through the rest of the steps. And these are all steps you would have had to click yourself. And so we take that off your plate for you. All right. Just going to pause here, make sure we're all caught up. Anybody not seeing this pop up yet?
Yeah, mine is still generating text,
Okay.
creating template. It's moving.
All right, great. Thanks, Monica. I'm gonna check off what we've done here. Our next steps are to edit the campaign.
Yay. Okay, mine.
All right, after you run a blueprint, you are going to get this pop-up. It's just reminding you it does contain AI-generated content. You want to review all of the content, send yourself test emails, make sure everything is working properly. We can go ahead and close that pop-up, and you see your campaign. If you ran the scheduled campaign, you'll see dates above each of your check-in questions. If you did the sequence campaign, you'll see the enrolled in campaign, wait 3 days, and then the check-in questions. That's the only difference is scheduled, you schedule it, it only sends that one time. Sequence, sort of living and breathing, continually adds people and continually puts them through a campaign cycle. All right, everybody ready to start editing?
Yeah.
All right, cool. At any point you need me to slow down or back up, just let me know. So on your campaign, I like to start top down, start with the first check-in question, your check-in 1. And what we're gonna do is I wanna sort of point out these 2 buttons on the far right. We have a button with the right arrow in it, and then we have our gear icon. These 2 buttons are the most important buttons on editing your check-in question. So if you ever get lost, you're not sure where something is at, it's probably under one of these 2 buttons. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click this button with the right arrow in it. Go ahead and follow me along. It's going to open up this slider window. You're going to see a snapshot of your question here, the question itself, and then the options. If by chance you need to edit any of these options, you'll just click outside of this slider window anywhere to close it, and you can click the pencil button to edit the question, and then you can edit any of these options. And just cancel that out because I don't want to edit that. I'm going to click that right arrow button to open up my workflows. And then you can see all of our workflows here. Something I do want to point out is you see how we start here. Yes, we'd like to renew now. I'm no longer the primary contact, but our workflows are out of order. That does not work for me. I like them in order. So the way to reorder them, right here on the workflow, you see 2 little arrows, but when you hover over it, you see a plus sign. You can click that and then you can drag it down to reorder them. And then it saves the reorder, which is lovely. So I'm just going to move that one all the way down. Maybe let's move this one up. All right, so now we have our updated flow. All right, working our way top down for the option of yes, we'd like to renew now. Let's go ahead and click the show text on landing page option. It's going to pop up our response. So once I click that option, this web page is going to load. It'll have your logo at the top. It's going to say that's great news. You can renew your membership here. If you have questions or need assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out by email or by phone. And your phone number should be where mine says test. And then this link is going to be the link you put in. If you need to add any extra information, go for it. Otherwise, if this works, just go ahead and save your action.
Okay, I got lost.
Okay.
So I want to reorder mine.
Okay.
And the question starts with no. And
Okay.
the yes one is the second one. So can I drag it?
Yes, so you just put your cursor over where the two little arrows are. You'll see the plus sign, click it and drag it.
Ah, okay. Okay, so now if it's yes, and then no, and then, okay, now it's in order, and then click what?
Show text on landing page, and then you can see the text there.
Show text. So I need to get out of the side workflows.
You will be in those side workflows. Yeah, these over here.
Where's
Yep.
the show text on that? Oh, right there.
Right here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Alexis, if we need to confirm a list of org members before they renew, would this workflow change? You might even, so tell me a little bit more. Confirm the org members before they, so like you need them to confirm their membership list.
Yes, that's
Okay.
exactly right.
Okay, great. Yeah, so this might be where you tweak the first question. Okay, so there's a few things you could do. You could ask them if they're still the primary contact. And then if so, great, we have a list for you to review and send that out to them. Another thing you could do is keep this question the same as it is, asking if they're planning to renew. And then if they say yes, great, here's how you access your membership list to review it. If this is something where you have to send them an Excel spreadsheet, you can add an action of sending an alert. So then you get an alert when they click that option so that you then know to send them that Excel spreadsheet. Does that help? Okay, great. We do have a blueprint, I believe, to confirm the primary contact. So if that, you can also run that separately to see what that looks like to set it up ahead of this campaign running.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we'll just go ahead and then underneath that show text on landing page action, we'll click the send email action and we're just going to review that. You can see the from name puts in the name that you entered, the reply to, and then we have the subject line, your membership renewal. Again, it just says we're thrilled to hear you planning to renew your membership. This could be where we update, like, hey, here's how you access your membership list to review and approve it, or just send them the renewal link. If this is all good, just save that action. I'll give you just a few moments here to review that.
Is this where I would add a sig block?
Yeah, if you need to.
Okay, thanks.
All right, once that's ready, just go ahead and save your action. And then what I like to do is see how this is toggled off. I like to click it, toggle it on. That means the workflow will now work. And also it's a nice little check mark for me. I know I've already reviewed this workflow. It's ready to go. All right, is everybody ready to move on to the next workflow? Give me a nod or a thumbs up. Okay, great. Anybody need more time? Okay. All right, so the next one we're going to work on is I'm no longer the primary contact. And you can see we have a few actions here stacked up. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask them who the new correct contact is. We're going to remove the person from the campaign. And then we're sending an alert to somebody on your team. So let's go ahead and start with the send internal alert action. If you go ahead and click it, it will pop up. What we'll want to do is select our recipients for this alert. So you can click the recipients dropdown and select those recipients. And then you can see we already have this person is no longer the primary contact. Make sure you need to reach out to them. So once you have that set, you can even update the subject line if you need to. So maybe renewal campaign, new primary contact. And then just save that action once you have updated that alert. Next step we're going to do is we are going to review this branch question here. So we have this redirect to another question action, and then it lists the name of this branch question here. And then you see a pop-out button at the end of the name of that question. We're going to click that pop-out button. Everybody see that pop-out button? Go ahead and click it. It's going to open in a new tab for you. All right. We have an open-ended question here. Please provide your company's due primary contact name and email address so we can contact them about renewal. It's just an open-ended field. If you click the right arrow button on this to review the workflows we have, you can see we have if they type in text, we have 2 alerts. We're going to show some text on a landing page. Thanking them, we'll reach out to that new contact. Here is the link in case you need it for any reason. And then if you need assistance, feel free to reach out to us. That action is good. Go ahead and save it. And then we'll also review this send internal alert action. We will select the recipients. We can also update our subject line if we want. And then we are sending this information within that alert. Another thing we can do, since these are organizations, company members, we can add in organization name, colon, and then put in a personalization token of that organization name. So if that will help you track which company that we're updating, we can do that. To add that personalization token in, you click that driver's license button. We'll go to organization and click that right arrow button to pull in that token.
Is that new?
Nope.
Ah, okay.
It's new to you, Deborah, because you guys didn't have that integration before.
Ah, and so now we have the
Yeah.
integration. That's
Yep.
so exciting.
Yeah. It'll be really, really nice and handy for you all. Go ahead and save that action if you make any updates. And then when you're ready, just toggle that on so we know it's done and ready to go. Once you have this all set, we'll just close this tab that's open in your browser window because we're done in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that. We're back to our original campaign and the workflow we're working on. We'll just turn that workflow on since it's ready to go. Anybody need more time? All right. So we are just going to now work on the we are undecided or need more time. This is another branched question. So we'll click out the little pop-out button here at the end of that branch question to open that in a new tab.
Can I just say, I'm just amazed. I don't know why I never thought to click that. I used to always go to the campaign list to find those additional ones. I would have to look through.
I showed
I was like, duh, like, yeah, no, duh, that would take you there. Like, I felt so dumb, but I'm like, okay, that makes it so much easier now.
No, it's hidden and it's hard to know, but yeah, you can just click that. It takes you right there. All right, so this is just an open-ended question. What's holding your company back from renewing? So it just allows them to type in some text here. So if you click that right arrow button, we're just going to open up our workflows here. We'll click show text on landing page to review this text. Again, we're just thanking them for their feedback. Feel free to tweak anything here. I'll give you a moment to do that. And then you'll just save your action. And then we have another alert set up. And this might be another great spot to put in that organization name. So when you get this alert, you know which company membership it is connected to. So I'll select myself there. I'm going to update. Let's save that action, and then I'm going to toggle that on. Anyone need more time on this one? All right. Just like the other one, we'll just close this tab in your browser window. We're going to go back to that campaign, main campaign here. And we were just working on the we are undecided or need more time. Toggle that workflow on. And you can see on this one, we're not removing them from the campaign. They didn't say no. They said unsure. So we're going to keep them in the campaign. Still try to capture what they need help with, but keep them in the campaign. All right, I think Ellen, did you just join?
I did.
All right, cool. Do you need me to start from the beginning?
I don't know. I don't know what I missed. So
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna give the team here some tasks to take care of, and then I'll help you out here. So for the team who is caught up with me, we're gonna just work on this no, we won't be renewing this year workflow. Again, click that little pop-out button. It's going to open that branch question for you. And this one has a little bit more content to it. It has options, different options here. You're just going to start from the top and work your way down and edit these. If you need to reorder, just click the little 2 arrow buttons to reorder them as well. So I'm going to let you guys do that. I'm going to help Ellen get caught up here. So go for it. I'll be right back with you. All right, Ellen, I want you to go ahead and log into PropFuel. Are you already logged in?
I am not. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, great. I want you to navigate over to campaigns on that blue left navigation.
Yep.
And then click the blue create new campaign button. All right.
Yep.
On the create from blueprint list, I want you to scroll and click the one that says renewal. It's kind of in the middle of the list.
Yep.
And then scroll down even further because the blueprint we need is kind of down low. So they are 2 up from the bottom. You'll see renewal campaign, company org membership scheduled, renewal campaign, company org membership sequence. Do you do renewals on an annual basis or anniversary?
Annual.
Annual. So we'll do the scheduled one. So go ahead and click the scheduled one.
Company org membership scheduled or individual
Yep.
member?
No, the company/org. Are you doing, yeah, company and orgs memberships?
No, I'm doing individual memberships.
Okay. You can go ahead and click, that's actually in the other breakout room, but I can help you get started.
So by organizations, you mean an organization is paying for multiple members here?
Yes.
Yeah, so we pay individually. So am I in the wrong place?
Yes, but it's okay. We're going to do, I'll help you get which one. It'll be one of these down below.
So individual membership schedule.
I would do scheduled. Yep. And then if you want to just bounce out to the other breakout room, they'll be able to help you out with that one. The questions are just a little bit different in that one.
Okay. I know you figure out how to bounce back. Let's see.
There should be an option to see the breakout rooms.
Okay.
And there should be a button that says join on the individual renewals breakout room.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay, great. All right, thanks gang for that little hanging with me on that one. All right, I'm just gonna go back into my campaign here and get caught up to where you all are. Working on the what's holding your company back from renewing. All right, anybody have any questions on this one? Deborah, I saw you shake your fist. Everything okay? Okay.
I was letting you know I'm in the right place and I'm still caught up with you. I haven't been lost.
Great.
I feel like, once you get a certain age, this is harder.
No, oh gosh. No, it's complex. Doesn't matter what age you are. This is a little bit complex, so I get it.
Okay, so I have pretty much gotten down to the last one where I'm looking at, I'm not the primary.
Okay.
Please provide your company's contact. Show the information. Yeah,
Great.
I like all of that.
Great.
Save. Go back.
I'm just reordering mine. No longer the primary contacts. We don't have the budget.
Okay, so get out of that one.
This option of no longer primary contact should branch to the one you've already worked on. Yep, we've already got that one all set. So that one's done. We don't have the budget. So the one we don't have the budget, these bullets are AI generated. So make sure it's telling the truth.
Oh, how cute.
And then if they select something else, we have an open-ended, please let us know we're not renewing. I'm just going to thank them for the feedback, and then we have an alert set up.
Megan, in a couple of places on the internal alert, you've added a field that says organizational name.
Mm-hmm.
Should you really do that on all internal alerts, or when you get that alert, does it somehow connect you who it came from?
So it will give you the person's name and their email address. So you know the individual, but since this campaign is company and org memberships, that's helpful to have in there.
Okay. So that's not a bad bet. So that would be a good best practice maybe for every internal alert thing to throw in the org line.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can.
Thanks.
I would love to update this blueprint to add it in. So then it just saves you a little bit of more work. But yeah. Easy enough to add, takes just a few seconds, but yeah, great question, Louise.
Well, and I can see saving, I'm the one who gets those.
Yeah.
So I can see saving the time on my end if their email address is not instantly decipherable.
Yep, exactly.
Do you only have to, can you only put that in the end or like in the beginning? Like on mine, I've switched where I put this company. I just switched it to that field. That's fine.
Totally fine.
Okay.
Totally fine. All right, anybody else need some more time to work on this one? All right, great. Just go ahead and close that tab when you're ready, and then we'll turn that workflow on. I feel like y'all are already super users, so you're going to be pros. You're going to be ahead of the rest of your team in PropFuel. All right, so since we have all of our workflows turned on for our first check-in question, we're just going to click outside of this workflow slider to close it. And then what I want you to do is I want you to click the gear icon. Everybody seeing the gear icon? We'll click the gear icon and then we'll click templates because we want to look at our email template. All right, once you click templates, we're going to click the edit button on this top one here, our email template. All right, so this is what it looks like. So Louise, it looks like we do need to add the signature block in here. So to do that, before I do that, everybody have the template open?
I'm at templates and I have all the templates open. I'm not sure which one
Oh, did you click in the campaign, the gear icon?
no, I got out of the campaign. That's what
Okay.
happened.
That's okay.
Find my campaign again. Yeah. Okay. Found a campaign. Click back here. Okay.
All right. Click the gear icon and then templates. And then we're going to click edit on the email template.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. All right, so in this email template, if we want to add a signature line underneath the question to just sort of sandwich it together with our greeting, question, signature line, you're going to click the question box one time to select it. So we have to select a content block to add a content block. So once you have it clicked one time, you have the red solid line around the gray box. We're going to click the plus sign up in the top left corner, and then we can just add a text block. So we'll click text. It's going to drop it right down here with some lorem ipsum in it. You can triple click it or click and select all the text, up to you. But then you can add your signature line.
Not so much with membership renewal, but we have other emails we may use this for where we have sponsors. So we have sponsor logos or logo salad of sponsor logos. I'm assuming this is where also we would add another text box and upload that image.
You would add another content block, but it wouldn't be text. So you can select your block
Okay,
here.
another box. Okay.
Click the plus sign, and we have one for an image.
Got it. I meant, yep, got it. Okay.
Yep. So you could do that. You're going to get a placeholder here.
Yep.
And you can drag and drop your image in here, or just click it one time and then select the 3 slider lines here. And you can drag and drop here or choose your file. Yep, I have some other clients in their onboarding campaigns, they're sponsored. So we have sponsor logos at the bottom.
I'm not seeing an edit button in the top left. Oh, never mind.
Okay, I was lost for a minute. All right. And then in our email itself, if you want, we can add a greeting like hi first name. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm just going to do hi space return. And then we'll put our cursor where we want that personalization token at. And then we can click the S in brackets. And you see all of our tokens here. So I'm going to click the first name token and then just do a comma there. And then I'm also going to left align it. Since I've added that greeting, I'm just going to do a left align there. And then over on our right side of our template settings, if you need to update who it's from, the reply to email, or the subject line, you can do so here.
Megan, have you worked with any clients who've developed sort of brand standards or guidelines for laying out the email templates so that employees don't get a little crazy and they all sort of follow a organizational standard without being too rigid?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I don't have any that have anything like a set. If you guys have your own branding guidelines, it could be something we just add to it. But that's a great thought. You should discuss that internally with your team and decide, because some just like the text, some want a headshot with text next to it for their signature line, and some have a background color. So that's a great. just something you'd have to decide internally.
I
don't
wrote
think
it down. I just thought if I could cheat and steal something somebody else had
Yeah.
and work from it, that'd be really helpful.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I don't have anything for you to steal. I have other things you can steal, but not that. All right, when you're ready, when this is all done, just go ahead and click the green Save Template button in the bottom right-hand corner. And then you can just go ahead and close this pop-up. We're not going to mess with the other templates right now. All right, so we have 2 more check-ins in our campaign. We are just going to repeat what we've been working on here. Alexis, do you have a question? I saw you come off mute. Okay, maybe not.
No, sorry, I got kicked out and I just came back in.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see. Let me know if I need to back up any.
Oh no, I'm still good, I think.
Okay. So basically we're just going to repeat our process here. So on the second check-in in our campaign, we're going to open up our workflows here and we're going to edit. Now, if you edited any content and like the yes, we'd like to renew now, just a little trick. You can always come up here to the first check-in, open up those workflows, open up the action, copy it and paste it if you need to do that. But usually anywhere we have branched, we've already edited those and updated them. So you can just turn those workflows on and we're just going to review these actions here. And turn them on when you're ready. And then we'll look at the email template for this one. The hardest part is getting that first check-in done and ready because everything else is usually just reusing all the content again. Oh, something I did just notice is on these 2 here. No, we won't be renewing and I'm no longer the primary contact. We need to add actions to remove them from the campaign because we want to honor the no and we want to honor them telling us they're no longer the primary contact. So we'll click add another action. We're going to select remove from campaign, top center. We're going to get a pop-up here and we're going to select this campaign. We could also remove them from other campaigns if we needed to, but we're just going to remove them from this campaign. And we're going to do the same thing for no longer primary contact. We'll add action, remove from campaign, and then we select this campaign. All right, anybody need more time to work on these workflows?
And is this out of order?
If it's out of order, you can reorder it.
Yeah, I'm no longer the primary, is second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just click that and drag it up.
Did it.
Good job. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I could use that positive reinforcement. You're great, Megan.
Oh, you're great, Deborah. All right, so once you have these all set, we'll just click outside of that slider window, and then we're going to click the gear icon on the second check-in question, and we're going to click templates, and then we're going to click edit on the email template. Everybody have the template pulled up? Okay, great. So here, if we need to add our signature line again, just select that text, I'm sorry, that question box, click the plus sign, add our text. We can add our signature line here. And then if you want, we're saying your company's membership will expire soon. This is where we could even replace this with the organization name. So we could say, let's say we just want to replace all of that and we just want to put the organization name. We'll just click the S in brackets and select the organization token. We can even do like apostrophe S for ownership. And then it will just dynamically pull in that their company name. And then if you need to update anything in the template settings, you can do that as well.
Megan, in the bottom of this, does it have like the unsubscribe button?
Mhm.
Is that where this fits on every one of them?
Yep,
Okay,
it's this footer is on every single one of them.
got it. Thanks. I just didn't, I thought I saw it one time, but then I couldn't remember where I saw it. Okay.
Yep. Great question.
You left the word membership out under organization. Organization's membership will expire soon.
That's why I keep you around. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can you walk through that, add in the organization one more time?
Absolutely, absolutely. So put your cursor wherever you want that token to be. And then you'll come up here to the S in brackets in the toolbar. And then these are all of your personalization tokens. So we'll click the organization one.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. And also, if you want to pull in their expiration date, we can do that as well. So let's say your membership will expire soon. We could do like parentheses, the SN brackets. We could do expiration date. So we can have that like in parentheses so they can see when it's going to expire. All right, once you have this email template where you want it to be, go ahead and save that template. And then close our templates pop-up. All right, we've got one more check-in question to go through. So for this question, we're asking if there's anything holding your company back from renewing. And if you click the right arrow button to open up your workflows, you'll see here, these options look familiar. We'd like to renew now. I'm no longer the primary contact. We don't have the budget. We haven't used the benefits. We've merged or been acquired by another company. So if you've already edited these options, if you edited any of the language elsewhere, we can open up that branch question and copy and paste from there. And the way to do that is just go up one check-in question, click the right arrow button to open up these workflows here. And then for the no, we won't be renewing this year branch question, we're going to click the little pop-out button and you'll see this question is almost exactly the same. We have the oops, we'd like to renew now, no longer don't have the budget. So if you have a couple of screens, you could pull this one up on one, this on the other. But basically this will help you for like, we don't have the budget, we haven't used the benefits because we have text on landing page. And in case you edited it, in case you removed anything that the AI made up, just easy to just grab this, copy it, and then we can come over here to our last check-in question and make the edits here. So you'll see, haven't used the benefits. We could paste that in here if we needed to. But just work your way from the top down. If anything's out of order, feel free to reorder it and just toggle your workflows on once you've got them ready. Okay, no longer the primary contact.
I need you to start at the top because I want to make sure I got it right. So.
Okay, so we are just editing check-in number 3. And what I had talked about earlier is if we already have this content that we may have edited in a branch question. So if you need to find that branch question, just go up to check-in number 2.
And it's the same, it's going to be in check-in number 2.
Yeah, I'll show you where it is. So if you go to check-in number 2 and open up the workflows there, we're going to go to the workflow of no, we won't be renewing this year and open this branch question. So click that little pop-out button. And you'll see here, if you open the workflows on this one, these are all exactly the same that are down here on this third check-in question. They're the exact same options.
So I need to copy them.
So if you edited any of the content, like if you we don't have the budget and you edited anything on here, it's easy to just select it all, copy it, and then paste it onto this one.
So I didn't edit any of that.
Then you're good. Then you don't need to do any of this. This is just only if you made edits.
Okay, I didn't.
If you did it, just go through, double check everything, and turn your workflows on.
Okay, let me go back to the third one
Yep.
and look at all of them. Okay. No longer.
And if you've already turned all these on and ready to move forward, you can go ahead and go and look at that email template. It's under the gear icon.
So I did update the one where I'm no longer the primary. Because then don't we remove the primary if they're not the primary anymore?
Yep, and you can add that action if you want, but this is also the last question in the campaign, so it's not going to send anymore.
Okay, okay, so
it's okay to not add that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and look at our email template for this one. Again, gear icon templates, and then the edit button on the email template. And if we need to customize this, go for it. Let's see here, your membership expires. Just gonna do a personalization token to pull in that code. And also in the subject line, we can even pull in where it says your company's membership, we can put in the company name here. So I'm just going to delete out where it says your company's. Then I'm going to click the little driver's license icon here and add an organization. So it looks like code. It looks different than you see in the email, but it will pull it in. We also need a signature line here.
and there was something we were supposed to do when it sends an internal alert. You
Mhm.
said,
The organization name.
yeah, this organization insert. And where do I get this organization
In the email template,
in the email? When I'm in the email template, where do I get the?
so you put your cursor where you want it, and then you click the S in brackets in the toolbar. And then you
Oh,
see the
okay.
organization.
Oh, I need to go to. Oh, oh, this isn't goodbye. Okay.
All right, everybody done with the email template on the third check-in question? Anybody need more time?
I'm the slow one, but go ahead because I'm
Okay.
just adding the signature line.
Okay, perfect. Next steps we're going to talk about is how to add contacts. And then we can also build a suppression list together for people who renew. All right, so if you scroll up to the top of your campaign, we can manually upload contacts on the Enrolled Contacts tab in our campaign. If you click it, you have the Upload Contacts button here, and you can upload a CSV file. Now, if you have a connector in place, you're going to see a tab between Enrolled Contacts and Settings that says Workflows. If you click that, that's where we can set up parameters to dynamically pull people into your campaign. Everybody's connector is different. So I'm happy to talk through case by case on how to set that up. But either way works to add contacts to your campaign.
I don't know if this is a good place to ask a question or not. It's more strategic than tactical on how to do something, but do people test different templates and messages? I mean, if you've got, let's say, 300 people you're sending renewal notices to, do you segment and send version A to the first 75 and see what the response is before you send version B? Or how can you use Prop Fuel to kind of strengthen a message?
Oh, that's such a great question. Yeah, so you can do A/B testing if you'd like. What I would recommend is we have our campaign ready. You can just click the Settings tab, scroll all the way to the bottom and make a copy of the campaign. So one can be A, one can be B, and then you just segment your list into each of them and see which does better. And then you
other
can
people
add.
done that?
Yes. Yep.
I mean, from this group, do people do that kind of A/B testing, or?
I don't know if anybody on this call has done A/B testing, but I have for other clients.
I have not.
Mm-hmm. Usually it's like it's not as, I think I did it for one, it was like a demographics question, not necessarily for renewals. Renewals are pretty straightforward and easy call to action. But yeah, people do it all the time.
Okay, well, I just didn't know if, like, certain wording on the renewal questions could be tested as, which is more effective this way of phrasing it or that way of phrasing it before you send it out to all 600 people or whatever?
Yeah, that's a great question. The way we have our blueprint set up, we know these questions work well. It could be updating the subject line could help as well. Maybe that needs to be tweaked a little bit. And then also adding the extra personalization touches in the signature line. So like having it be from a person, we know if we have it look like it's coming from a person, even if the reply to is a shared inbox, that helps get their engagement. Yeah, great question. If you are an annual dues, so we're only going to do renewals one time a year. If you have that workflows tab, you can pull in members based off of expiration dates. So like if they have an end of the year expiration date, pull them into the campaign. If you are an ongoing dues member, so every month or every day we're pulling people into a campaign, you can do parameters like the renewal is within the next 62 days, but more than 60 days from now. So then they're pulled in like truly 60 to 62 days out prior to their expiration date. So then every time they hit that, they then just pull into the campaign and go through the sequence. And then you'll also want to create a suppression list for any win-backs or renewals. Anytime there's like dues money coming in, because we will have people who say yes, they're renewing and then take that action. And so we are going to then suppress them from the campaign when they take that action. And to create a suppression list, we can do that over here in lists on that blue left navigation. We'll click the blue create new list button. We'll give it a name. I like to do suppression renewed members. So I know it's a suppression list. And then the schedule is going to be automatic. We want it to automatically update when people hit these parameters. Then we can click create list and you just get a blank list. So then we can add filters. Most likely you'll do contact field data. You may have some other options down below depending on your AMS you're connected to. But if you do contact field, and then we will select expiration date, if that's how you base a paid membership off, or a status. So I'm going to do expiration date is, let's do more than 200 days in the future. Save it. This isn't going to pull anybody in. I don't have anybody in this test instance. But then this would pull in anybody who has that future expiration date. If you're on an annual due cycle, you could do expiration date equals that new expiration date they would have, and then they would populate this list here. So when they've renewed, they'll populate this list. So once you have this list set, we just need to apply it to the campaign. And also don't worry, we have this being recorded and we'll provide you with a recording too, in case you're like, I don't remember how to do this, or you can always email me, I can help. But on the campaigns page, we're just going to navigate back to our renewal campaign. And then on the settings tab over here on the far right, we're going to scroll down below our default templates. We have suppression lists here. So we'll click add suppression list and we'll just select the list we have and then add suppression list. So if they ever hit this and they're in the campaign on enrolled contacts, you'll see the status of suppressed.
Where did you add the suppression list, Megan?
The settings tab.
Settings, okay.
And then scroll down, you'll see the section here called suppression lists.
Suppression list, add suppression list, okay.
Yep.
And I have 42 contacts in that one.
Hey, some people are ahead of the game.
Yeah, those are people who paid in advance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so when you're ready to go live with the campaign, you can do so from your campaigns page. It's just easier to get our branch questions live from the campaigns page. But you can see here, these are all like bunched together. So this one is the email campaign, and you see these are all web/external. Those are all of our branch questions here. We have to get our branch questions live before we can get this campaign live. If you try to get this campaign live now, I'm going to show you the error we get. It tells you we have a check-in embed action that points to a draft campaign. So it's telling you we have a draft campaign in here already that we need to fix. So from your campaigns page, we just need to go to the furthest one out, probably, I don't know, any of these. We can just pick one. You'll click the button with the 3 dots over here on the far right and click Go Live. You don't need to do this now, but this is how you do it when you're ready to go live. I just want to at least show it to you. You'll select that Go Live button, go live. You'll see it is now a green check mark. So you'll do that for your branch questions, and then when you're ready, you'll do it for your main campaign. But we want to make sure we have contacts in the campaign. We have it scheduled for when we want it scheduled, especially if you are on that annual due cycle. The dates, when you generate that campaign, it just has like, it sets dates it thinks it needs to send. So you'll want to update those dates. Just like in here, this one's a test, but you see that date here, you'll want to set your dates for all of your check-ins. So like maybe we don't start renewals until October. That's basically all the steps. You guys have a renewal campaign ready to go now. Any questions for me?
Megan, when these get sent out, where do bounces go? How can you direct where bounces go?
Great question. All right. So in the campaign on the history tab, you'll see this view delivery metrics button here. And it says no data, but there'll be a tab up here that says bounces, and you can export the bounces and see the reason why they bounced.
Is there, I know some e-marketings will send bounces back right away. Because my inbox, I can always tell when we send a message out because I have like 90 new email messages.
Yeah.
Is there a way those can come back directly, or do I always just go to a report and export the bounces?
Yeah, you'll have to come in here. So we don't send an alert or an email when a bounce happens, but you can always come in and check. And we can create a list over here under lists of people who have bounced regardless of what campaign they're in. And then you can always clear the bounce within Prop Fuel. Once you update their email address in your AMS, it will trickle down and update in here, but I don't know that it clears the bounce. So that may be something you'll just want to check maybe once a month or so.
And I'm sorry, where was I again to find the bounces?
We can create a list here. So I'm just going to show you how to do that.
No, you said there was some place I could export them.
Yep. So in the campaign.
Campaigns. Thank you.
In the campaign on the history tab.
History tab.
Yep. So in the campaign history, and then you'll see a button on this box right here, view delivery metrics. And then there'll be a tab up here that says bounces. There just is no data because we haven't tested this yet.
Got it.
Oh, one piece.
What other data shows up when on reports?
Well, let me show you. All right.
And with past campaign, we've gotten the Microsoft bounce emails when if they come through the company email. I've gotten like the Microsoft ones if they bounce. So yeah, it'll have the ones that'll showing in there, but then I also get like that, you know what I mean, that Microsoft alert that they send.
Okay, that's great. I didn't know. It must be dependent on your email server. Good to know. All right, so here, Louise, I sent myself a test email. So I'm going to click view delivery metrics. So now you can see here, you'll see how many delivered, how many is open, how many bounced, and then we have the bounces that you can export here. But you get to see everything. You can see who was contacted, your open rate, bounce rates, you see everything, and then you can view
some click-through rates.
Yeah, your engagement rate is your click-through rate.
Okay, so if you have, okay.
Yep. And so we have it like campaign, this is your campaign wide average. And then this would be like each check-in question, your engagement rate.
I see, it goes down by, got it, okay.
Yep. And then one thing we did not talk about that we will need to do is to test everything. That's under gear icon, send test email. It automatically populates your email address. If you need to pull others in, just do a comma, space, and then put those email addresses in. And then when you get that, it is all put together. Here's the test email. It did not pull my name in just because I don't have any data in this test account. But you see all the actions here, and then we can click, I'm just going to click, yes, we'd like to renew now. And then we just review what this looks like. Great news, you can renew here. We have that link. So yeah. And then I'll get an email because we also had that send email action too. And I'll show you what this looks like. This is that plain text email. We're thrilled to hear your company is planning to renew. Here's that renewal link. All right. Any questions for me?
I don't know if this is the right time to ask, but if I had more questions on, if we have group member or organization members that have to review an Excel, is there a way to do that here, or is that outside of PropFuel?
Yeah, we don't have a way to like deliver an attachment.
Okay.
But I did want to, if you go to campaigns and then create new campaign, I believe it's under the renewal bucket here. We have the confirm primary contact for company memberships. I would recommend go ahead and run that one because it might give you some ideas for how to get them their membership list, or at least confirm they're their primary contact to then send them that lists.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, that's all I got for y'all. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Any homework is just to review everything, send test emails. I would love to hear if you guys get these live. But if you have any questions, connect with your CSM or me. Happy to help. Otherwise, you did a great job. Proud of you.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a safe holiday weekend. And I look forward to seeing your campaigns.
Bye. Thanks, Megan.
Bye.